Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. I'm your host Skyknight, and today I've got a deck profile for you, the Battle Sisters. I've been playing Battle Sisters for a very long time, even when they weren't meta. There's something about the build aesthetics, the way the card looks, that are appealing to me. And when they got support and pushed them over into the meta section, I was happy and sad at the same time because I knew that upgrading the deck would be costly. And to my surprise, it wasn't that costly because not many people play OTT because let's face it, no one in the main clan is actually or main show is paying OTT, and it's just here. OTT is just here, and the one build that actually saved the clan. So without further ado, let's get into the profile. The starter is Waffle. Waffle is the best starter for the deck. There was a new starter that was given out, but the new starter really doesn't do as much as Waffle. So that is my choice. Well, I thought Waffle was probably the best starter for the deck. Moving to the threes, I'm going to work our way down. I play 4 Madelines and 4 Florentines. The reason for these cards, or they're both the on-stride ability, grade 3s, but they both do different things at different times. So for me, it depends on my matchup, really. So if it isn't so much a control matchup, pause. If this is a control matchup, I want to be in this because it allows me to rearrange the top card of my deck and add cards to my hand. So it gives me a fighting chance against my opponent. And Madeline pretty much allows me to fix my counterblast issues if I have to go in on aggro decks. So let's say I'm going against another United Sanctuary player, then I'm probably going to want to spend as much of my time on a particular stride, trying to draw as many cards to keep up with the damage that they're putting into me. And this way I can Soul Blast and counter, so I can keep on my counter blast with this one, and if I'm exhausting too many cards out of my hand, her top ability at the end of my opponent's turn allows me to draw a card. So it goes both ways. Sometimes I'm on the wrong one at the wrong time, and you just have to adjust, but they serve different purposes. Going down to the grade 2s, I'm running 4 Sables, 3 Berry Moose, and 4 Coquettes. Now, the reason for this lineup, most people like I'd play 4 Berry Mooses. The 4 Coquettes is mandatory because it's just it. It's Coquette's great when you ride her and you get to attack your opponent knowing that you're going to get a free card for a counterblast 1. Sable is really good and allows me to draw a card if I have 3 or more Bastards in the name. So at the cost of 1 per the soul, I just draw a card, and it's usually going to be a Battle Sister that I can toss in the field and attack my opponent. And Berry Moose is at 3. I consider putting it up at 4, but this is always the first one to get killed. So I'm not really too keen on putting it at 4. That makes no sense, but it does to me. They'd kill Berry Moose before they kill Coquette, and they wouldn't even worry about Sable, so Sable's there for intercepting after its use is done. But I'd probably put this up at 4, but right now I keep this at 4 because it allows me to keep having cards in my hand, which is much more important to me, so I'm able to guard. Yeah. Put Coquette up front. I picked up Coquette when she was dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Now they're like $5 to $10 last time I checked. Grade 1s, 3 Taffies, 3 Strider Neighbors, because sometimes you need to get there, 4 of the new Perfect Guards, and 4 Cocoa. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, why aren't you running for Taffy or for Cocoa? And my reasoning is, Battle Sisters have the ability to play in the early game, so I can still fight my opponent before I even get to 3. And with stride decks continuously creeping in power, the non-stride decks, so the Legion decks and the limit break decks, are the ones that aren't getting as much support as them. And that statement may not hold true so much in the future, but right now your opponent, both players need to be at 3 in order to stride. So if I can so those generation break cards don't turn on until someone has Stridden. So between Taffy, I can attack with my grade 1s to make it a 10k. Cocoa lets me filter the top card of my library during the turns before I'm able to stride, along with Sable, Berry Moose, and Coquette. I'm able to outplay my opponent before the game even starts. So this is why I prefer playing the non-stride decks, or the non-generation break decks, because I'm able to interact with my opponent before the game even begins. Or at least for the stride decks, I should say. Triggers is a basic lineup of 844. The draw triggers go into the soul, which helps Sable, and it helps Madeline. So that's why I play those. Anything to keep my hand up, really. I'm playing the old heal triggers because I don't need seductive heal triggers in my deck. I'm sorry, that doesn't do anything for me. G-Zone. The G-Zone is in progress. So 4 Mirrors, 4 Stolens, 2 of the G-Guard that saved the clan, not G-Guard, the Stride that saved the clan, 1 Gelato, 1 of the Godhawk, 2 commons, single rares, and 2 Amaterasus. May bump Amaterasu up to 4 and cut this to 1 and cut this out. But right now, this is perfect. I run 5 because you never know when you're going to need an extra one, to be honest. And guys, that's my Battle Sister deck. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. And I'll see you handsome people and gorgeous ladies later. Bye.